Srila Prabhupada ki Gaur Premanande. Okay, so yesterday we were seeing some ecstatic discussions from Maitreya about the appearance of Varahadev, that he was very excited about the whole thing, that he was trying to mix up one Varaha with another Varaha, and he was doing all sorts of things. So we saw all that yesterday, that how Varahadev appeared in the Swayambhuva millennium, and then he lifted the earth which was submerged. So then after that further things are happening, so many exciting things are happening in creation. Creation is going on in its own speed. So the 14th chapter deals with certain happenings which are very important in the milestone of creation. So that is the pregnancy of Diti in the evening. Again, it's a very interesting chapter because this chapter is very instructive, especially about the base gunas or the lower gunas, Rajoguna and Tamoguna, and what kind of disaster they can cause in the life of devotees. So it's very instructive from that experience and from that perspective. So it's good to know the various subject matters in this chapter, which hopefully we'll discuss today, and then hopefully we'll also go to the next chapter today and see, because we have so many chapters to cover and so little time. So let's see. Okay, please start. Translation.
Sukadeva Goswami said, after hearing from the great sage Maitreya about the Lord's incarnation as Varaha, Vidur, who had taken a vow, begged him with folded hands to please narrate further transcendental activities of the Lord, since he, Vidura, did not yet feel satisfied.
Yeah, so Krishna Katha for a pure devotee is like this, that the more he hears, the more he becomes eager. So in the first canto, the sages also expressed the same sentiment by one very nice and famous shloka. What is the shloka? Vayam tu navrittapyama uttama shloka vikrame yat shunvatam rasajnanam swadu swadu pade pade. They said that simply by hearing Krishna Katha, every word we hear, the taste for hearing Krishna Katha is increasing. Vidura is personification of that taste. He is so much interested in hearing Krishna Katha, and he wants to utilize his opportunity fully. We already saw who was Vidura. In the 5th chapter, we already saw the background of Vidura, that he is actually Yamaraj, he is Mahajan, and he was not having any time to hear Krishna Katha. He was just dealing with his duty so busily. Then he wanted to take some time off and then do some preaching and some hearing, etc. So he knows that his vacation is coming to an end. So he is really pushing Maitreya that, okay, I want to hear more. Okay, please read next. Yes.
Vidura had taken a vow?
Yeah, he had taken a vow to go around and do pilgrimage and then hear about Krishna, see about Krishna. So this is his vow. In the beginning of 3rd canto, it happened that he got insulted, and then he left his vow. He said, I'm not going to fight, I'm going to go for a pilgrimage. Yes.
Sri Vidura said, O chief amongst the great sages, I have heard by disciplic succession that Hiranyaksha, the original demon, was slain by the same form of sacrifices the personality of Godhead, Lord for.
So now he is making some connection. He is saying that the same boar also did something else. He killed Hiranyaksha, which he mentioned, or Maitreya mentioned very briefly in mixing up both the boar incarnations. So he wants to hear about that in a more detailed manner. Okay, please read.
What was the reason, O Brahmana, for the fight between the demon king and the Lord go, while the Lord was lifting the earth as his pastime.
Yeah.
My mind has become very inquisitive, and therefore I am not satisfied with hearing the narration of the Lord's appearance. Please, therefore, speak more and more to a devotee who is faithful.
Okay.
The great sage Maitreya said, O Aurelio, the inquiry made by you is just befitting the devotee because it concerns the incarnation of the personality of Godhead. It is the source of liberation from the chain of birth and death for all those who are otherwise destined to die.
So, Mrityu Pasha, Vishantinam. This is the Mrityu is Pasha. Pasha means rope. So, the rope of death, it binds people. So, it liberates one from this rope of death. Okay.
By hearing these topics from the sage Narada, the son of King Uttanapad Dhruva was enlightened regarding the personality of Godhead, and he ascended to the abode of the Lord, placing his foot over the head of death.
Okay. They're going to see this in the next canto, next year. Some preview for next year. Trailer, teaser for next year's Bhakti Vaibhav. Okay.
The history of the fight between the Lord as a boar and the demon Hiranyaksha was heard by me in a year long ago, as it was described by the foremost of the demigods, Brahma, when he was questioned by the other demigods.
So he heard from two sources. One, he heard from Brahma directly. The other is, this was also narrated during the Vanaprastha of Dhruva. Okay.
Diti, daughter of Daksha, being afflicted with sex desire, begged her husband, Kashyapa, the son of Marichi, to have intercourse with her in the evening in order to beget a child.
So now this is being presented as a case of sex desire. So what is said that Diti was afflicted by sex desire. Okay. But when we read through this, then you can see whether this is a case of sex desire or something else. Okay. Okay.
The sun was setting and the sage was sitting in the trance after offering obligations to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, whose tongue is the sacrifice fire.
In that place, the beautiful Diti expressed her desire. O learned one, Cupid is taking his arrow and distressing me forcibly, as a mad elephant troubles a banana tree.
Therefore you should be kind towards me by showing me complete mercy. I desire to have sons, and I am much distressed by seeing the opulence of my co-wives. By performing this act, you will become happy.
A woman is honored in the world by the benediction of her husband, and a husband like you will become famous by having children because you are meant for the expansion of living entities.
In days long ago, our father, the most opulent Daksha, who was affectionate to his daughters, asked each of us separately whom we would prefer to select as our husband.
Our well-wishing father Daksha, after knowing our intentions, handed over 13 of his daughters unto you, and since then we have all been faithful.
O lotus eyes one, kindly bless me by fulfilling my desire. When someone in distress approaches a great person, his play should never go in vain.
O hero Vidura, Diti being thus afflicted by the contamination of lust, and therefore poor and talkative, was pacified by the son of Marichi in suitable words.
So what is Diti's problem?
She wanted sons. Because her co-wives, the sisters had children. She was without a son.
She was not treated equally,
Okay.
and she is overcome by lust.
Envious.
Is in last
Is it envy or it's a natural desire to have a child?
last
Yes.
desire and yes.
It was envy.
Envy?
It was not natural desire to have a child, because if it is natural desire to have a child, she could have approached him in the right time and she could have asked him for the fulfillment of the desire. If it was lust, he was always available to fulfill her lust. But it was uncontrolled envy. Uncontrolled envy. And that envy came out as lust. So this is the problem with envy, because envy very rarely comes out as envy. Envy comes out as every other thing, but it very rarely comes out as envy.
But it's a transformation of lust.
Yeah, envy.
Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya.
Yeah, but envy is the basic feeling which causes everything else. Originally, we envied Krishna, and that envy becomes the cause of material life, and then Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, everything comes. So, the original defect is envy,
Not lust.
not lust. The original defect is envy. So, from envy, everything else comes. That's the original defect. That's why envy cannot be utilized in Krishna's service. Lust can be utilized, everything else can be utilized. Envy cannot be utilized in Krishna's service. So, we are envious of Krishna, that brought us to this material world. So then everything else happened. So, do we have some more examples of envy coming out like something else? Can you think of some more examples? That envy is coming out like something else? Yes?
Anger.
Huh?
Anger.
Anger in case of whom?
Daksha.
Was related to a pastime.
Ah. With Daksha, it came out as what? It did not come out as anger.
He blasphemed Shivji.
We are saying he blasphemed, but he didn't say I am blaspheming.
Oh yeah, he said, he was very proud. I am not speaking
It came out
of
as righteousness.
yes.
In case of Daksha, that envy came out as righteousness. It came out as, some feeling to establish what is right and what is wrong. Oh, this Shiva, he is a great demigod. He should not have wrong behavior. He should have right behavior. So therefore I am correcting him. It is not out of envy. I am trying to curse Lord Shiva. So it came out as righteousness. It came out as some desire to establish righteous behavior. The envy came out as some desire to establish righteous behavior. Any other example of envy coming out as something else?
That Durvas Muni with Amrish Maharaj.
Yeah.
So he was envious in the root cause then, and he was saying that you should not be drinking or eating before the guest. So I don't know what it is the reflection of.
In that case also, envy actually came out as a sense of superiority. It came out of sense of superiority. That I am superior to you, you are supposed to give respect to me. Sense of superiority, it came out. Any other case? Dhruva?
Dhruva?
No.
Dhruva's mother.
Yeah.
Duryodhana.
Yeah, but that just came out as envy itself. You are openly envious. You are just openly envious. In case of Dhruva, it came out as determination. The determination to see the Supreme Lord. It came out as determination.
And what about his mother then? She was also envious.
Suruchi.
Huh.
Suruchi was that again her envy came out as superiority. And Uttanapadi's envy came out as desire for sense gratification, because he didn't want to upset his relation with his younger wife. He just said, okay, whatever is happening, let it happen. So it's very difficult to actually detect envy as envy, because most of the time envy hides behind something else. And in this case, envy was hiding behind lust. So it looked as if she was lusty, and she even said that she is lusty. She said that Cupid is troubling me like anything, you are the one to save me, all these things. So therefore, she even said she was lusty, but actually it was her envy which came out as lust, and then she tried to flatter her husband. So whenever a wife is trying to flatter her husband, that means
She wants something.
the intention is not very honest. And same way, we are going to see that the husband is also going to flatter the wife. So that means both cases the intention is not honest. Okay, please read. Now Maitreya is speaking.
O afflicted one, I shall forthwith gratify whatever desire is dear to you, for whose ills but you is the source of the three perfection of liberation.
So what are the three perfections of liberation? Dharma, Artha and Kama. So he is telling his wife, oh, you are the source of three perfections of liberation. Okay. Now he is further glorifying his wife. Okay.
As one can cross over the ocean with sea-going vessels, one can cross the dangerous situation of the material ocean by living with a wife.
You see what he is saying? Okay, next.
Oh, respectful ones, a wife is so helpful that she is called the better half of a man's body because of sharing in all auspicious activity. A man can move without anxiety, trusting all responsibility to his wife.
Yeah. Okay.
As a fort commander, very easily conquered invading plunderers. By taking shelter of a wife, one can conquer the senses, which are unconquerable in the other social orders.
Hmm.
Previous sloka, can I ask question?
Yes.
Like it was said that giving the responsibilities on the wife,
Hmm.
but I don't know whether it's like the previous year, like ages it was said or like later, because as we know that the women cannot hide because Yudhishthira Maharaj gave the curse to Kunti.
Hmm.
So how it will be like affecting this responsibility of the wife?
No, generally a wife is supposed to take responsibility of managing the household affairs. So that is her responsibility. She is supposed to take responsibility of managing the household affairs. So when the wife is very efficient and she is able to manage the household affairs very nicely, then the husband is without anxiety. If the wife is not very efficient and if she cannot manage the household affairs very nicely, then it is constant anxiety for husband because she is not satisfied with the means of the earning of the husband and she is asking for more. This is number one anxiety. Number two, she may not be saving enough money so that always the husband is in some sort of shortage. So this second anxiety. Third, there are many religious duties to be performed within the family life. And if the wife is not responsible, then she may neglect the performance of those religious duties, like taking care of the guest, like keeping the house clean. So many different things are there which are being performed by a wife in maintaining the household properly. If she is not well trained, then she may not do those things properly. If they don't do those things properly, then it's a constant source of anxiety for husband. So there are responsibilities of wife in running the household. There are responsibilities for husband in running the household. So it's not that the wife's responsibility is any lesser than the husband's responsibility. Somehow, in the modern context, people think that housewife means that she is simply sitting doing nothing. Like they ask a woman, "Are you working?" There is a whole phrase in English, modern English, called working woman. Okay? This is the biggest illusion. The biggest illusion is the working woman concept. What does this mean? It means when a woman is earning money, she is working. When she is not earning money, when she is taking care of the house, then that means she is not working. That's what this working woman means. Are you a working woman? No, I am a sleeping woman. Morning to evening, I am only sleeping. This is not like that. When a woman is at home, she normally, in a proper household, a woman is supposed to get up before the husband and she is supposed to sleep after the husband. Okay? This is the proper woman. Like she gets up before the husband and she sleeps after the husband. So now she is not called as working woman in the modern context. She is not called as working woman. Okay. One woman who goes to office and then earns little money, she is called as working woman. So this working woman is actually a demoniac term which has been invented by demoniac men and women in order to give this impression that a woman who is actually doing her womanly duties is useless. Okay. So this is how Kali Yuga works. Are you a working woman? Like when we were in Dubai, many people used to ask my wife, "Are you working?" She tell them, "Yes, I am working for Krishna." she tells them, "I am working for Krishna. You guys are working for some cow eating guys. I am working for Krishna." Now, who is better? So this in Vedic system, woman is called better half because she has her own responsibilities, and when she does her responsibilities properly, then the household is running nicely. So that's what he is saying. Yes, Roji.
Just to inquire the duty of a woman vedically, she put generally the kid at the Gurukul, no, for education, or does she takes that by herself? If it's a daughter, she may take care of her. If it's a boy, she sends to the Gurukul. No?
Generally, boy means after the age of 7 or 9, he should go to Gurukul. At the age of 7 or 9, Upanayana is done, and after Upanayana, he goes to Gurukul. Till the age of 7 or 9, he is in the care of the mother. Or 5, either 5 or 7 or 9.
Okay. So the main responsibility is not so much the education of the children,
No, daughter's education.
daughter's education.
Daughter's education fully, responsibility of daughter's education fully rests on the woman.
That's the biggest responsibility, you will say?
Not only that, see, household affair is not just only children. Children are part of household affair. But household affair has many things, like receiving guests is an important aspect of household affair. Okay? Then engaging in charity is an important aspect of household affair. Daily puja and yajna is important aspect of household affair. Okay? Then taking care of relatives and dealing with them is an important aspect of household affair. And then saving money and spending it for Krishna consciousness is an important aspect of household affair. Just not alone children, just children. And then maintaining the house on daily basis, like cooking, cleaning, keeping the house beautiful. It's an important aspect of household affair that when someone enters the house, it should be a pleasing atmosphere. It should be clean, it should be nice, things should not be lying here and there. So the house should be very pleasing. So this is all important aspect of household affair. It's just not children and children education. That's it. After that, the lady goes to sleep. It's not like that. It's not like that. Yes, mother.
So, Prabhuji, now today's world, everybody, how I foresee that all the girls are going to work. How to train our children that, that's not the only thing, because my in-laws will be like, you have to be doctor, scientist to my daughter, always. And he's also behind me, why are you not working, why are you not working? You're so educated. But, so for me, I made a willful decision. But how do we teach our children?
No, first this concept that I am not working should be broken.
Yeah.
Okay, no, it should be broken.
Yeah.
So what you should do is that when your daughter is asking that why you are not working, you should tell your daughter, okay, one day I will actually not work. Okay, then let us sit and watch fun. So one day you should not work. You should not cook, you should not clean, you should not wash, you should not do anything.
Yeah.
One day you should not work. And then you should tell your daughter, I am not working, because you are anyway telling that I am not working. So I will not work. Let us see how the house runs. Then she will realize the hard way that mother is working. It's not mother is not working. This this booth that mother is not working. It is like a ghost. The ghost is sitting in her mind. So how to remove the ghost? You nicely slap, then ghost will go away. So what is the way of slapping? One day just you should not work, and you should let the house run without working. Then everybody will have fun. Then you can ask your daughter, okay, this is called not working. Now see, from morning to evening I am working. That's why house is running. So please don't say that I am not working. See, this is first, this myth has to be broken. If that is not broken, these girls will always think, Mummy is not working, I have to work. This is number one. Okay. Number two is that girls are not taught to do household work. Okay. This is the second problem. So since they are not taught to do household work, they don't know what is the intensity and nature of taking care of a house. Okay. Because they are just in their own world, they are going to school, they are coming back, they are speaking, then they are doing some WhatsApp, they are doing some social media, and they are living their life. Okay. They are not actually trying to do household work. I remember that when I was a child, me and my sister, we used to cook completely for the house. Like my mother and my father, they trained us like anything to do household work. Like when we were children, by the time we were in the school, middle school, we know how to cook for the whole house, we know how to clean the whole house, we know how to maintain the house. And in those days, not so much gadgets also. Like, no grinder, no mixie. If you have to make chutney, you have to make chutney with this one. Twang. There will be two stones and grind it on the stone. Not ting. It's like that. And if you have to make idli batter, you have to sit and rotate. Like that. I have done. So, it is hard work. And my mother is like a terror. Like, we used to wash all clothes, and then she will come back and she will inspect all the clothes. And if she is not happy, she will pull all the cloth which is drying and then she will take it back for washing. And it is such a feeling that you put so much of effort to wash the cloth and then dry it, and then she comes like a military and then inspect each and every cloth. And she says, what is this? There is still a collar, this is not very clean. What is this? Still the sleeves are not very clean. Pull all the cloth and then take it back for washing. And then she'll sit and wash, drying. So we got trained like that. So we know the value of what it means to do household work. Nowadays, girls are not getting trained in household work. So they are thinking,
Take it easy.
So they take it easy. So that's the two defect which I see. One is that the mothers are not breaking this myth that household work is actually work. So that myth is continuing, that working woman means she is making money. That's number one. Number two, the importance of taking care of husband, the importance of taking care of children. I see that some mothers, even devotee mothers, I see they are so nice cooks. They're very nice cooks. They can actually easily cook a feast for like 50 people, 60 people. And their daughters, they don't know how to put salt in dal. Their own daughters. They don't know how to cook, they don't know how to put salt in the dal. They don't know, because they have not taught, like their mothers taught them. They did not teach their daughters. They are simply encouraging daughter, go study. Okay, I am not saying women should not study. But studying does not mean that you will not get trained in household work. Like, so many things. People are not trained. That's why girls are also like that. Girls don't know the importance of the household work. They don't know the importance of cooking. Like, cooking means like elaborate, like you are Gujaratis, right? Marathi. So you have your own style of cooking and things like that. So your daughter should know all this Marathi style of cooking and all the